This isn't the arrangement we made, Carrie.
What do you mean?
Our partnership. You were supposed to secure funding, investigate, advise. What you weren't supposed to do was take matters into your own hands. Break the law.
I'm sorry, Reda. I fucked up.
Yeah, you did.
Where are you going?
Downtown to the MDC to tell Sekou what's going on.
No, I'll do it.
That's not necessary.
No, it's my fault. I'll tell him.
You know what they say about men like you in my country? A brave American.
Huwa Amriki Shmal. Yeah, I know. Not without reason. But this is your country now.
You want to help me? Help my son.
Amir? Tough kid.
Tell him the truth about what happened here. Make him strong.
You're not gonna detonate that thing. You wanna know why I know that?
Get out of here!
The Quran forbids suicide.
Go now!
And you
Stay
are a
back!
man of God.
Stay back!
Say it.
I'm warning you. The Imam says you're a regular at the mosque. Tell me, when's the last time you heard a khatib speak to the congregation about Abu Ghraib, or Guantanamo, or drones, or torture? Now you know why. You're confined to the precinct until Martin's caught.
David, you said it yourself. That son of a bitch killed my partner.
And I'm not gonna lose you the way I lost Fred Shire. Look, I can't stop you from being pissed, Joe, but I can keep you safe. Maybe your daughter can contact the Flash.
I'm not getting her involved in this.
Alan, make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
It's me and my ball. It's me and my lucky ball. In my universe, it's me and my crystal ball. I'm looking at my ball. You know what I see in my future? Spare. Watch. I'll teach you how to do this a little bit later on, all right? Pay attention. This is a high-risk mission. That train out there is a national asset, not Amtrak. We good to go?
Just about. From the look of the casings on those Minutemen ICBMs, I'm guessing the digital module's been bypassed and you're prepping for full analog retrofit.
This is my jaw supposed to drop. I get it. You're EOD. But I already got my crew and they know what they're doing.
Aim the pointy end at the monsters. Right, Sarge? When was the last time you let one of your guys put their fingers in a live bomb? Look, this is what I do. This is my job. Master Sergeant!
Soon I will save enough money and we can all move into a new house together. Then you will go into a real school.
When?
قريبا.
Stop
pressuring me.
I need to speak to your father alone.
Okay.
شفتك على الأخبار.
تسوي اللي أحتاج أسويه. مرات ناس يتعورون.
هذا كل اللي بتقدر تقوله. الرجال انقتل.
متأسف عشان يحتاج يموت. أحسن إذا كان آني.
بس صار شهور وماكو شي.
حبيبتي, I need you to be patient. It will all be worth it in the end, I promise you.
One thing I love about where you guys are at is that Phil really creates a community around this school. And moving forward in your life as performers, as artists, the community you surround yourself with is almost everything. It's your support system, it's your source of inspiration, it's your source of competition and motivation. These are your collaborators, These are one day your employers. Like the community that you create right now in school while you're training, these are your peers for the rest of your life. Seriously, for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter where you go. I have people that are still part of my community that I went to school with in Montreal or in California, and now they're living in Toronto or Montreal or New York, and we're all still family. We're all still collaborators. When we write a short film, the first people I try to cast are people I was in class with 10, 12, 15 years ago. So this community of peers, don't underestimate the impact it's going to have on the rest of your life. Everything gets tied in, you know. When you're in school, you're focused on your acting and on your skills and technique, and that's really, really important. But as you go out into the world and become a professional artist, everything gets muddled. So your point of view on the world, your politics, your social conscience, as well as your abilities and your resume and your agent, all of that gets muddled into the work that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it really transcends this do the audition, follow all the rules, book the part, show up, hit the mark, do a good job, and leave. So going to New York for me was a journey, not just as an actor, but as an artist and as an activist and as a father and as a Middle Eastern man in this racially divided world. Homeland for me was an intersection of all of those things. The confluence of who I am as a person and the impact I'm trying to have on the world around me in the last few years has started to fall into line with the work that I'm getting to do as an actor. I have a point of view and I have very strong opinions about the state of the world that we're living in. And I'm trying to have a positive influence on the world around me. And I just put it in my head like, yeah, man, how do I do work that's not gonna compromise my own ethics? And I just put that into my mind, and I was always conscious of it, and always working towards it. And I played, I don't know how many suicide vests I've worn, literally, right? Kills me to do it. Reinforces the stereotype that we just don't need anymore. But I've done that for years, you know? But I never quit, and I kept on my social conscience, and I kept developing who I believed I wanted to be. And then 15 years later, it starts to fall into place. So it's a long path. It's not going to happen overnight, but you just be aware, be aware of who you are as an artist, your unique self, and just keep that in perspective, as you move forward. That's the most important thing, I think, as an actor, actor, don't lose your unique artistic voice. And if you haven't figured it out yet, that's cool. I just figured mine out, or I'm still figuring mine out. But who you are as an artist, what you want to say as an actor. That whole notion of discrimination, that you're different than me because, whatever comes after that because, is bullshit. It's man-made constructs. We look different, we sound different, we talk different, we have different interests and different aspirations, but we're all human beings. And until, as human beings, we can just accept each other's similarities before we identify each other's differences, then that's the work we need to be doing. So, should straight dudes be okay with playing gay dudes? Yeah, they should be okay with playing anything. But then we get into the question of, should straight dudes be playing gay dudes? Ideally, no, because there's a gay dude that should be playing that gay dude part. Just like if there's an Egyptian part or a movie that requires 100 Egyptian roles, there should be some Egyptians playing those parts. You should never play something you're not comfortable playing, but you also shouldn't be uncomfortable by other people's uniqueness. There's physical endurance, but there's mental and emotional endurance as well. And here's where endurance really comes in. Is physically you have to be capable of getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and by 4 o'clock when cameras are rolling, you've got to be energized enough to put yourself into the imaginary circumstance, right? Whether you feel like it or not, whether you're exhausted or not, right? You can't, oh God, I can't do it. Can I just have a day off? No. That's what we're shooting today. And you have to be up for it, and your body has to be up for it. So that's just the physical aspect. But really, it's the mental endurance. The mental endurance of doing your best all day long, and then you get to the end of it, and you're like, man, that wasn't great, was it? Like, I could have done better today. Oh, well, I got another 6 pages to do tomorrow. You got to put that away, put that insecurity away, and show up like a superhero the next morning. Be like, boom, ready, let's do it. And inside, there's a little voice going, man, you blew it yesterday, dude. You suck. You have 32 days left to film on this thing. And everyone's counting on you to tell their story. That takes toughness, mental toughness and endurance. And here's, okay, so the only way to get endurance and toughness is to work harder and do it longer and do it more. And this time now where you're spending on yourself training is the most valuable time. It's one of the only times in your life where you'll be able to put this much attention and this much focus on improving yourself in this profession. So you have to push yourself, because if you think this shit is hard, try doing it professionally on set. It's way harder, the stakes are way higher. And every technical ability that you collect in your training, you have to be able to come up with on set 1,000,000 miles a minute. You have to come up with ideas, creative solutions. You have to adapt. You have to react to 1,000,000 different circumstances that are going to change all day long. I still get nervous going into auditions, you know? And the more I want it, the worse it is. Yeah. So, the second thing is auditioning and acting, kind of similar, but they're two different jobs. Let's be honest. Auditioning brings out everything that is the absolute worst about acting. You know? As actors, we're working on respond to your environment and be organic and respond and be truthful and use your body and use the space. You can't do any of that in an audition. Nail your feet to the ground. Do everything inside this box. How do you play a helicopter on fire, falling out of the sky, screaming your head off, ah, blood spurting out of my neck? You can't do any of that in an audition, right? See, I'm already blowing out the screen. So we have to accept as actors, when you go getting into the professional arena, that there's a whole different skill set that you have to work on and develop to be a good auditioner. It's very different than the work you're doing to be a good actor. And so embrace that. That's okay. It's a completely different skill set that you need to practice for. The way through that tension, the reason your body does that is because you want to be a good actor. You want to do a good job, right? You want the part. You want to show them that you're a good actor. You want to show them that you're prepared, that you came in half an hour early. That desire to be good is paralyzing. That is what is making you nervous. Because your body does that. Oh, God, I want it so bad. Because it's outside of you, and your body, it has a flight or fight response. Your body thinks it's going to have to fight to go get that thing, to book that job. But what happens, your body thinks, like the flight or fight response, that's designed for you to fight a bear, okay? Like this tunnel vision, that's so all you can see is the bear, and you can fight the bear. And like your muscles tensing like that, it's because your body literally thinks you're going to fight the bear. Until you can genuinely replace that desire to win the part with an opportunity to get swept away in an imaginary circumstance. Already I see your body right now, you being more relaxed. Because that is something you know how to do. is get into a scene and play with your scene partner. Right? Yeah. As long as that objective to be good or to win the part is on your mind, your body thinks you're going to fight a bear. It's not a real bear. Yeah, cool.